Call to order, City of Forest Park, City Council meeting number 1299, September 18, 2017. Let us stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Burns. Collins.
Here.
Cottle. Herbie.
Here.
Holt.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move to excuse council members Cottle and Burns.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we excuse Mr. Burns and Ms. Cottle. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion to excuse, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
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 Opposed? They are excused. Item number 3 is presentations. We have a number of them tonight, starting with Mr. Paul Brim for Businesses of the Month.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. As you know, we recognize a business each month as our Business of the Month. We've been doing this for over 3 decades now. It's a really nice way for the community to recognize our companies. Because council was on recess in August, we actually have 2 award winners this evening. So the first one is our August Business of the Month, which is the Spring Hill Suites, Cincinnati North Forest Park. For several years, visitors to our community have found exceptional value along with the true comforts of home at Springfield Suites. This beautiful hotel is part of the Marriott family, a world-recognized leader in the hospitality industry. The hotel offers deluxe accommodations for business and leisure travelers alike. Their spacious suites are 25% larger than most hotel chains and are ideal for both extended stays and weekend getaways. Spring Hill Suites also features first-class meeting space and amenities that are perfect for family get-togethers and or small corporate events. This all-suite hotel offers HD TVs, microwaves, mini fridges, spacious sitting areas, and plush bedding, along with a complimentary hot breakfast for all of your morning favorites. Guests can enjoy a fitness center, outdoor pool, free Wi-Fi, and access to copy, fax, and printing services. As is the case with many of our businesses, the good people at Spring Hill take an active role in our community. They help with many school and community events, not to mention their support of our local Chamber of Commerce. More impressive, they're not satisfied. The management team is always looking for ways to help Forest Park businesses and residents. I think one of the things that all of us who have been around a while might remember the days that this wasn't a Spring Hill Suites, and the tremendous upgrade that happened when Marriott took this property over. And certainly the current management team is continuing that trend of excellence. I believe they even have plans for some future improvements to the hotel. They're doing a lot of work over there. And with that, I'd like to invite the hotel manager, Stuart Ward, up to accept tonight's award.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you so much. City of Forest Park, Business of the Month, Spring Hill Suites, Cincinnati North Forest Park, in recognition of the company's contribution to the growth and development of the City of Forest Park. Congratulations, and we thank you for being.
Thank you so much.
You got to talk. We don't.
Oh, I do. I was told not to. No, like you said, we have a lot of more stuff to come. We're about to go through another $1.5 million renovation. It's going to be beautiful. It starts at the end of November. And again, we just want to continue and thrive more to work with the City of Forest Park and really be a partner in this community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Mayor, members of council, thank you very much. Our second award winner tonight is another longtime member of our business community, and that's the McDonald's over on Northland Boulevard. I think all of us, whether it's been as a kid or as a parent or a grandparent have taken our families to McDonald's. And certainly, we've been very fortunate to have one of the restaurants located as an anchor of our Northland Business District for many years. They're actually, my understanding is, I think they're actually receiving a beautification award tonight as well. The company and the family and the ownership over there have done a great job over the past several years. We all know McDonald's story, that they're one of the world's leading food service brands with over 36,000 restaurants in more than 100 countries. That commitment to customer and community service is certainly on display at our own McDonald's here in Forest Park. We're very fortunate. It's Paul Booth and the Booth family have owned that restaurant for a number of years. They've been tremendous supporters of Forest Park. Indeed, Paul Booth is actually a member of our Economic Development Commission and has done a lot to contribute to our ongoing economic development efforts, particularly in our original business district over on Northland Boulevard. So we're very excited to be recognizing Paul and his team tonight with this award. Again, as was the case with Spring Hill, they donate their time and talent to a number of community activities and events. They do a lot with our school district. They really reach out and try to be members of the community. We're very fortunate to have them as members of our business community. I believe Paul was going to come tonight. I don't see him here. Is there anyone else from McDonald's here with us tonight? I will make sure that Mr. Booth receives this award. If not, in any other way, I'll make sure that he gets it at our next EDC meeting at the end of the month, where he'll definitely be in attendance. So with that, I just want to congratulate Northland McDonald's and wish them all the best.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks.
Okay. The next presentation, two of them, we'll call forth Chief Cannon, if you would come up as well. This is in recognition of years of service, Sergeant Pat Carr. Chief, you want to go first?
I'm going to do this? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay, here you go. I thought you liked that. Well, good evening, everyone. And like you, I were kind of surprised about this, too, because I didn't think I have to talk tonight. Tonight, we're here to recognize two of our police officers that have been with us for a very, very long time. And the first up is Sergeant Pat Carr, with 25 years service here for the city of Forest Park. And on behalf of the police department, I want to congratulate him for his 25 years. And personally, as a police chief, as a co-worker of Pat's, I congratulate you also. When you talk about these years that these two officers have put in, and as you'll hear, the next one is 30 years. You see 30 years and you see 25 years, and when you recognize employees for those years, that's very, very good. But when you recognize a cop for 30 years and 25 years, it's almost like 50 and 60 sometimes, because they've missed a lot of things with their families, a lot of just good things that maybe they weren't allowed to be or couldn't be at because of their job, and the dedication and the professionalism and what they bring to this department and what they bring to their careers is outstanding, and I appreciate it very, very much. And I'm honored to be still here and part of this recognition tonight for two fine, fine police officers. So Pat Carr, on behalf of everybody in the police department, myself for 25 years of outstanding dedication and loyal service to the city of Forest Park, 1992 to 2017, Sergeant Pat Carr for 25 years. Thank you, brother.
The one thing that I want to thank you for is for bringing back the black and whites. That was one of my things that I really liked.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Some people like those, and I'm glad that you do. And my chief giving me grief about being old. From the man who can't buy green bananas. He's giving me. You know, when I listened to what the chief had to say about the number of years that I have spent here, I just turned 51 years old, and I have worked here for 25 years. Half of my life, almost half of my life has been here, putting forth the effort for this city. And I don't mean to stand here and pat myself on the back, but as the chief knows, who was when I was a rookie patrol officer, he was my assistant team leader, which is an unofficial title we have under the rank of sergeant. Then he was my sergeant, my lieutenant, my captain, and now he's my chief. And he has told me repeatedly he expects more out of me than he does other people. So sometimes I have that standard put on me. And I don't know if I'm in more trouble with him when he calls me Sergeant Carr or if he calls me Patrick. It's almost like, I don't know if I'm in more trouble if he calls me one name or another. But I can say that early on in my career, there are things that I wanted to do, and I have been afforded many opportunities in this police department. And I'm very fortunate to have been able to do many of the things I've wanted to do. And I've had some good instruction and some good guidance. And I remember things that Phil Cannon has said to me when I opened my mouth during an investigation. He allowed me to shadow him, and I said something I should not have said. It wasn't anything bad, but he says to me afterwards, "You never say that if that's not what you have in your bag of tricks. If you don't have it, don't say it." There's certain things you don't forget, and as my role now, being the old guy, I just want you to know I'm trying to pass that on to the junior officers. I received something not long ago. Can I share this? Do you care?
Yeah, we
A
got
little bit of letter.
We got a mic.
Hey, you know,
The captain doesn't mind.
after 25 years, give me 5 minutes. So I received this from a motorist. And again, please take this in the manner that I mean it. I sure hope you're teaching those young fellows how important it is to read people they encounter on their shifts. And I know when a little extra kindness can help someone long after. You have a very tough job and see things day in and day out. I cannot imagine. All the scrutiny police officers have these days must make it hard to remember why you chose this profession in the first place. Well, remember me and my children, who thank you with the utmost sincerity. You are a respectable cop, and you are a good and decent man. That's one of the most prized little possessions that I have, and I'll keep that. And I just want you to know that I'm here for 5 more years. You're stuck with me. I had not planned on being here this long, but men plan and God laughs. So here I am. You got me for 5 more, and I assure you while I'm here, I'll put forth that effort and try to do a good job for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hold on just a second. Any comments from council? Councilman Wood?
I will echo what you said. You've done no less than that. You've done your best, and I know you'll continue to do your best. We thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I just want to say thanks for 25 years in Forest Park. Good job.
Anyone else?
Thank you for your service.
Well, I haven't been perfect. You can just ask the chief. I've had my moments.
I've had several interactions with you over the years, and each time has been pleasant, and I've learned a lot, and I feel safer with you in our city.
Thank you.
Sergeant, thank you
Just
very
one more
much.
comment.
And Mr. Smith, I forgot you were with us.
Yes, I got off for just a couple points. When I first came here, I think Pat was one of the first officers that I encountered as I was coming up the walkway. And we chatted very briefly, and I was just thinking the other day, I had hair, and his was more blonde at the time.
Time flies.
So it's the difference of those 20-something years make substantially. It's been an honor working with you, and I look forward to continue working with you. And you've represented us well.
Thank you.
Sergeant, again, I had my thanks to you for all you've done for the city, and I want you to know that we really, really appreciate you and all your efforts. I will say, however, that don't think of it in terms of just 5 years, because we like to have you for longer than that.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Chief.
You're done, Patrick.
Yes,
Sit
sir.
down. It's the captain's turn. you know, and all these things that I do, these two are very special to me because I'm very proud of these two young men, and I've seen them come from the young man to what they are today. So it makes me very proud to be up here and be able to do this for both of them. So with that, Captain Bill Arns. Now this one goes back a long time. I've been with him. I started to say stuck with him. I've been with him since he's 14 years old. He came on as a police explorer here, and is that aging me somehow? Yeah, okay. And he started at 14, and I was one of the advisors of the post advisor back at that time, and just then I knew, you know, his dedication and just what he had and just what he had to offer then. You could just see that he was going to become, just do fine things in his life. And I think his mother and his dad, and God bless her, I think they both knew I was pushing him, and we were pushing him towards this profession. And he was so dedicated then. It was always, you know, when can I drive, or when can I write out the report and things like that. I mean, it was always there with him from a very, very young age. And as you can see today, he has taken that each step from the explorer, and now he's the assistant chief of this department. And it's great pleasure and honor that I have being here with Bill all these years, and to recognize him for 30 years, it's amazing to me a little bit at the same time. So again, on behalf of the police department, and then me personally, I'm very, very proud of you. You know that. And just a very, very fine job. You know, we got good people here, and right here are two of the best we have. So congratulations, Bill.
Go on, Cap.
It doesn't violate policy to hug.
I don't hear.
It doesn't violate city policy for you just to
Oh, yeah, that's right.
30 years, I mean, I don't even know kind of where to start talking about that. It feels like it was just yesterday that I started. I mean, 30 years is just a blink, and here we are. Now, I said at the luncheon, 30 down, 30 to go. Maybe. But I have a lot of people that I could thank. I do believe that this profession that I'm in, and the reason I'm in it, was a calling. I'm a man of faith, and I believe that God put me here, and I believe he kept me in Forest Park for a reason. I thank my family, my wife, my two boys. I have two other boys, but they're off in college right now, so they couldn't be here. And I could go through a litany of people who have been through this police department, who were there each and every step of the way for me, including Chief Cannon, Sergeant Carr, and I could spend all night talking about it. This city is a great place to work. We have great support from our council, from our administration, and I intend to continue forging ahead and keeping our police department the most professional police department in the nation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, Bill.
Thank you,
Hold on.
Mayor.
Bill, I'd like to thank you so very much for your service. And, you know, one of the things that Pat said about passing all your knowledge on to the new people, I know holds true. That's a legacy in our department. But I want to ask you a favor. Introduce your family, because without the families, you could not do what you do.
Absolutely. My wife, Jennifer, it'll be 28 years in November. My youngest son is Samuel. He's a sophomore in high school. Sophomore. I get him confused. And then my son, Philip, he's a junior. And then I have two twin boys. They're both 21. One's at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, and the other one is a junior at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs.
I just want to say thanks for 30 years. We got 55 years of service here, and you too. I'm looking for 55 more.
I'd like to say thank you for your service. And again, I feel so safe as a resident. Thank you.
Again, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Smith, I won't forget you this time.
I'll start off by what I usually say when I see Bill. I'm out of the amaretto dark chocolate pecans, just a FYI. I don't know where he got those from, but they're very good, and I'm hooked on them.
You might find some tomorrow.
But it's been a pleasure working with you since I've been here. You have a high level of professionalism. You demonstrate it daily in everything you do. And I think that's something that, as you do your planning, pass that down to the rest of our officers, along with our sergeant, who will continue to pass it on down to his.
Absolutely.
And we thank you and thank the chief as well. And if you add the chief's years of service to those, you'll probably be well over 100.
He's counted his.
Yeah, I think, pretty close, 98 or something like that.
Yeah. Chief, Assistant Chief, Captain, whichever. I just want to add my congratulations and my thanks. As I always say, we do have the best police department going, and you see right here, just these three guys here, you're a big part of that reason. You just keep us going. You keep passing on what you've learned and your experiences to those to come. I know both you and Sergeant Carr have done that, and will continue to do that. And I look forward to working with you, not just now, but in the future as well. Congratulations. And also, I want to say to your family, thanks for letting us have Bill for this short while. Give us a few more years. Thank you for letting us have him. Chief, would you come back, please?
Yeah, if you see Ty Smith and Bill Orange in the parking lot doing some kind of deal out of the parking, or out of the trunk, it's chocolate. They tell me it's chocolate almonds or something like that. He's still, I'm not sure what it is. But you mentioned 25 years, 30 years, 55, and then Mr. Smith mentions my 43, and then you got whatever it is, 93, right? But there's two others that are not here tonight that we need to recognize, I believe. And it's Lieutenant Rick Jones. That's another 20 years that he came to. And then Detective Ron Harris, who's at 20 years also. So you got all of those. There's a lot of longevity here. And I know we're a very young department in some ways, but we are an older department too, that are able to pass down those things that we need to pass down to these younger cops and younger people. So you got a lot of good people here that stand for a long time, and they're doing it for a reason. So we thank you for that. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Mr. Brown, would you come back, please?
Well, I won't try to follow the Phil Cannon show by doing any I can't cover that material. So I will say that, we're very fortunate again to have our September Business of the Month here with us. Paul Booth did join us tonight. I'd like to invite Paul up, and rather than regale you with all of my words of wisdom again, just to say that Paul will probably be going through the drive-through tonight. So we'd like to present you with that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening to City Council and to concerned citizens. It is an honor and a privilege to be a business in Forest Park. We're not just a business, but we are a stakeholder in the community. We've adopted Primary North Elementary School, and we do tremendous programming with them. Forest Park is a great community, and as I sat here tonight and I listened to the commendations on the officers here, it really, in order to build a great city, it takes concerned citizens, it takes great law enforcement and public servants who are willing to make the community what it needs to be. McDonald's is an honor to be in Forest Park, and we look forward to many more years of great services. We serve the community through our Happy Meals and Big Macs. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Paul, one of the things that I just wanted to say is thanks for the senior coffees.
They're just for you.
Thank you. Okay, following on the next presentations we have would be Industrial Awards. Councilwoman Denise Hope.
Good evening, everybody. These are the Commercial Beautification Awards. I'm going to call all of the names because they gave me 4 people that were supposed to be here tonight, and oftentimes I've not called them all, and the other person showed up. So to be safe, I'm going to call them all. The businesses are Siemens, it's on Kimple Meadows. DEI is Kimple Meadows. Enriching Spaces, you hear? Yeah. IBT on Stapleton, Quen Chapel, AME, Kemper Road Christian Church, Frisch, oh, I'm sorry.
And my pastor, Thomas Barnes. And we are delighted that you noticed our flowers. And we are very happy that we can have a nice spot at the hill up there at Kemper and Hanover, because we see the police a lot. And it makes us feel real good. So thank you all, and thank you for this.
Thank you.
And may we bloom again next year.
Frisch's, Chase Plaza, Wendy's, Chase Plaza, Cracker Barrel, Chase Plaza, McDonald's, Northland, McDonald's, Omniplex, McDonald's, Waycross, Spring Hill Suites, Comfort Suites, and Northwest Woods. I would like to say thanks to everybody that participated in keeping Forest Park beautiful. I look forward to seeing lots of flowers next year. As she said, may we bloom next year to help keep Forest Park beautiful. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you all. We will now move to item number 4, which is communication from the public. But as usual, before we do that, those of you who would like, feel free to leave. You don't have to stay, but you're welcome to stay if you want. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is item number 4, communications from the public. This is a time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concern to them. When recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. If there is a member of the public who would like to address council, please come forward and sign in, tell us who you are, and then state your comments.
Good evening, Mayor Johnson and Forest Park City Council. I'm Beth Sheehan. I live at 5218 Salem Hills Lane in Mount Washington, 45230. And I am here to talk about a hopefully possible tethering ordinance in Forest Park. So if it's 10 degrees outside and a Forest Park resident is worried about a dog outside on a chain, who does that resident call? There isn't anybody. Because there's no federal law that talks about tethering. The Ohio Revised Code has no mention of tethering in it. So it's up to each individual jurisdiction to pass it. Right now, there are about 20 states across the United States that have their own tethering laws and about 30 jurisdictions across Ohio. Tethering is not only good for our animals, it's what I care about, the humane treatment of animals, but there's an aspect that you care about, is public safety. Those animals that are endlessly tethered are being trained to be aggressive. They're in a small area and they're frustrated, and those are the animals that bite. CDC says that a chained animal is 3 times more likely to bite. We have 4.5 million dog bites in America every year, and more than half of those are young children because of the proximity their faces are to the dogs. So that's why I'm hoping you look at a tethering ordinance, because there is nothing right now that would fit for Forest Park. In part 2, if you look at it's not one size fits all, but most tethering ordinances have these 3 main components. First, between 10 at night and 6 in the morning, no tethering. That's helpful. It's the coldest time in the winter. It gets the dog in the house, hopefully in the house, at least in the garage or basement. It also fits nicely with what you probably have as a barking ordinance. Dogs outside, they're frustrated, it's 10 at night, and they want to be inside, so they start whining and barking. Second point is, it's dangerous to leave a dog tethered in the backyard when nobody's home. That's when things happen. The dog can wind himself around bushes. He can try to hop the fence and hang himself. If a child comes in and pulls an ear or a tail, that child can get bit. The third one is common sense. When there's a weather advisory, local, state, or federal, then that animal should be brought in too. I know you all likely saw the animals that were tied in Florida before Irma came, and they don't have a chance. So I'm on my second page now, and the enforcement is always the concern. How are we going to enforce this? What I suggest is not having your police department seize the dog. That puts a whole nother level of, the police have to be trained on how to interact with the dog. You have to buy equipment like catch poles and kennels, and you have to cooperate with the SPCA. If you just move into education, the officer knocks on the door, says it's 10 degrees outside, there's a weather advisory, we have an ordinance, we'd like you to bring your animal in. I think most people would cooperate. And then if they don't cooperate, a citation. But the people that dig in, those are often the people that the animal is really an alarm to what's happening. That extreme animal abuse and cruelty is highly connected to interpersonal violence and some mental illness. So the people in the homes, like children, the elderly, handicapped people, are also at risk, or the people in the neighbors. In January of 2016, all 18,000 law enforcement agencies across the nation are now required to report animal abuse, neglect, animal fighting, and bestiality in a standalone category called Crimes Against Society. It used to be all bunched in together under miscellaneous, but now it's its own. And the purpose of that is because if the animal crime is prosecuted vigorously, hopefully that will prevent what might be going to happen or is happening right now. Would anybody have any questions of me? Yes, ma'am.
How do you suggest we handle situations where people are actually using their dogs as watchdogs, so to speak, and they have them kind of roaming around at night intentionally to defer, say, a burglar?
Is anybody in the house or not?
Yes.
I personally, I don't like it, but it's your community, and you have to decide what's acceptable. Maybe that's acceptable to you. Somebody told me about a dog in Cincinnati somewhere. There were 3 dogs chained in an abandoned house. And so I drove by to see. And one of these dogs, the neighbor told me, get in your car. Don't stand out here. That dog was at least 130 pounds, and he had broken off of his chain. So, if there's nobody there, things can happen. That's the way I see it.
Okay, anything else any questions from anyone else? Okay.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson, City
Thank you,
Council.
and I will make sure that the appropriate departments and
Is anybody feeling positive about this?
well, I'm not sure that, what you want us to feel. We have, we have animal control officers. We have, obviously we have laws that require people to have their dogs on leashes and whatever. I can't give you any definitive answer what we would or would not do, because that is something that would have to be looked at first and foremost by our animal control people in our community development department.
But are you talking-
subsequently, our law director.
Are you talking about the SPCA? Is it?
Ours.
Oh, you have your own animal control?
We have animal control officer, yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we move to item number 5, reports of standing committees. The first of these reports is Public Improvements and Facilities, Councilwoman Moore.
I have no report at this time.
Are there any questions for Councilwoman Moore? Councilwoman Moore, I don't have any items for you listed for you on the agenda for the work session of the 25th. Do you have any to add at this time?
No, I don't.
Thank you. Next committee is Public Safety Committee. Councilwoman Cottle, who is absent. Does anyone on her committee have a report? Hearing none, there are no items on the agenda for her
Look into
committee.
your mics, please. Can't hear out there.
There are no, there are no items on the agenda for her committee for the 25th. But we will wait to see if she has any to add. Next committee report is Ways and Means Committee, Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, the Ways and Means Committee did meet earlier this evening to review our proposed changes in our investment policy and a proposed addition of one of our vendors, and that will be on the work session for next week.
Any questions for Councilwoman Herbie? Hearing none, Councilwoman Herbie, I have one item on the agenda for the work session for you. That's redevelopment incentives. Do you have any to add? Next committee report is Community Development. Mr. Burns is absent. Does anyone from Community Development have anything additional for Mr. Burns? I have no items on the agenda for him for the 25th. I will touch base with he and Mr. Hodges to see if there's anything to be added. Next committee report is Councilwoman Collins, the Law Committee.
Mr. Mayor, I do not have a report from the Law Committee at this time, but I'm available to take questions.
Any questions for Councilwoman Collins? Hearing none, Councilwoman Collins, I have no items on the agenda for the work session. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
Next committee report is Human Resources, Councilwoman Holt.
I would just like to say that I'm happy to announce that all of our commissions, boards and commissions have been filled, except we have 4 openings on the Charter Revision Committee and the Tax Board of Review. If anybody is interested in serving on those 2 boards, we would appreciate a call at 513-595-5200 so we can speak with you. With that, it would conclude my report. Thank you.
Any questions for Councilwoman Holt? Councilwoman Holt, I have no items on the agenda for the work session for you at this time. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
Next report is Intergovernmental Relations and Communication. That is my committee. I have no report, and I will take any questions if there are any. Thank you. Hearing none, go to item number 6, the mayor's report. I don't have any particular report tonight other than I did attend the cookout at the senior center today. As usual, Mrs. Smith, you and your people did a great job, and we want to thank you for that. And that will conclude my report. I'll answer any questions if there are any. Next item is item number 7, the city manager's report. Mr. Smith.
The departmental reports are on file with the clerk for public inspection. If anyone has any other questions, I'll take them, and if not, that'll conclude my report.
Any questions for Mr. Smith? Hearing none, thank you, sir. Item number 8 is other report. First of those being the law director, Mr. Wyckoff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I've had numerous issues come from the police department regarding public records requests that I've been addressing over the past several weeks. And also, of course, you know that we're addressing our peddlers, solicitors, canvassers, ordinance. Hopefully we'll have that done in the near future. I think our quick reaction to the issue raised by the ACLU helped the city avoid litigation over the issue. There's been a great change in the last 20, 30, 40 years, as you can imagine, balancing First Amendment rights to a homeowner's privacy rights. Most of the successful ordinances have pretty much left it up to residents to register that they do not want to be solicited, and that registration list is given to people who then come into the city, and that's, for some cities, that's where it stops. They just don't have any more regulation than that alone. So we'll be working on that, trying to satisfy everyone's concerns and balance those two interests. Other than that, if there are no other questions, that would be the end of my report.
Any questions for the law director? Hearing none, we would go to the next report. Clerk of Council, Mrs. Dirksen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that ordinance numbers 14-2017 through 19-2017 and resolution numbers 17-2017 through 19-2017 were posted as required. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for Clerk of Council? Hearing none, thank you, ma'am. We'll then move to item number 9, new business. Is there a motion? Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, I would move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read by title only ordinances number 20-2017 and 21-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read by title only ordinances numbers 20-2017 and 21-2017. Is there discussion? Hearing none. Would the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore.
The motion to suspend passes 5-0. First ordinance item A, ordinance number 20-2017. Would the clerk please read that ordinance by title only?
Ordinance number 20-2017, an ordinance enacting and adopting a supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Forest Park and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion?
Yes. I move that we adopt ordinance number 20-2017.
Second.
Been moved and second that we adopt ordinance 20-2017. Is there a discussion?
Yes.
Councilwoman Collins.
This is a supplement to the Code of Ordinances book. It is necessary for us to update our city codes from time to time, especially where it refers to or rely on state law. The proposed update consists of about 160 pages and is available from the Clerk of Council upon request. Additionally, the updated codified ordinances are available internally through the Folio Infobase and through the City of Forest Park website, www.forestpark.org. The 2017 supplement contains ordinances passed by council amending the codes from ordinance numbers 18 through 24-2015 and 01 through 50-2016, as well as major changes in state law dealing with the traffic code, general regulations, and general offenses. Normally, council passes these updates as a matter of emergency in order that our city codes will be updated as soon as possible.
I don't see how that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on ordinance 20-2017?
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Ordinance 20-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is item B, ordinance number 21-2017. Would the clerk please read that ordinance by title only?
Ordinance number 21-2017, an ordinance amending ordinance number 30-1982, an ordinance creating an economic development commission in the city of Forest Park, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
I would move adoption of ordinance number 21-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance 21-2017. Is there a discussion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, we've had a couple of new commission members join us who asked for some bylaws, and we realized that our bylaws were not current with whether we have been operating. So this summer, we did an extensive review of our EDC bylaws, and we are, and some of those changes involve amending the original ordinance, enabling ordinance. And so that is what this particular ordinance would do, would address the changes necessary to that enabling ordinance. And I would urge adoption of that ordinance.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on ordinance 21-2017?
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore, Collins,
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Ordinance number 21-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is item C, ordinance number 22-2017. This ordinance must be read in full.
Ordinance number 22-2017, amending annual 2017 appropriation ordinance 18-2016. Whereas the 2017 annual appropriations was adopted by council on December 19th, 2016, amended on May 15th, 2017, June 17th, 2017, and August 7th, 2017. And whereas the anticipated revenue and expenditures are coming in as anticipated for the general fund and the other funds of the city, and whereas appropriations must be within available resources per the Ohio Revised Code, and whereas an amended certificate of resources is being requested from the Hamilton County Budget Commission, now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of Forest Park, Ohio, Section 1, that the 2017 Annual Appropriation Ordinance 18-2016, 04-2017, and 16-2017, as hereby amended, making the following following additional appropriations and budget modifications for the following funds as follows. Fund Department appropriations, General Fund, transfer, advances, transfers. Appropriation total $50,000. Department total $1,117,500. Total General Fund $12,502,957. Section 2. Be it further ordained that the Finance Director is hereby authorized to amend the transfer amounts included in the appropriation to appropriate funds. Transfers 2017 from General Fund 101 to Cobblewood TIF Fund 215, $50,000. Total additional general fund transfers, $50,000. Total additional transfers, $50,000. Section 3, this appropriation ordinance shall be enforced and take effect on its passage pursuant to the provision of Section 12.05 of the Chapter of Municipality of Forest Park, Ohio.
Is there a motion? Councilwoman Herbie.
I would move adoption of ordinance number 22-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance 22-2017. Is there a discussion? Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, by explanation, this adjustment's necessary because Walmart received a significant property tax refund, which required the scheduled debt payment that years ago came out of the TIF fund to now come out of our general fund. It doesn't represent any problem for us since the TIF was scheduled to expire in 2016, and this year would have been the last year we would have received money from it. The debt was mainly associated with Winton Road improvements that we did years ago, and so I would urge adoption of this ordinance.
Any further discussions? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on ordinance 22-2017?
Johnson?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Herbie?
Yes.
Holt?
Yes.
Ordinance 22-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is a motion. Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, I would move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read resolutions number 20-2017 through 24-2017 by title only.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read resolutions 20-2017 through 24-2017 by title only. Is there a discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Moore? Yes. Collins?
Yes.
Herbie?
Yes.
Holt?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes. Motion to suspend the rules passes 5-0. First resolution, item D, is resolution 20-2017. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 20-2017, a resolution consenting to the execution of a redevelopment incentive agreement between Hope Bridge and the City of Forest Park, Ohio.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of resolution number 20-2017.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 20-2017. Is there a discussion? Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, we heard from Mr. Brim earlier this evening that they are recommending a redevelopment incentive for Hope Bridge, which is a facility that aids with children with autism and other problems like that. And so they are taking some space in Kemper Tech Center, which is located behind the Kroger. And the redevelopment grant would be a $10,000 redevelopment grant in 2018 with 50% withholding rebates payable in for 2018, payable in 2019, and for 2019 payable in 2020, capped at $30,000. And I would urge adoption of this resolution.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on resolution 20-2017?
Collins?
Yes.
Herbie?
Yes.
Holt?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Resolution 20-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda, item E, resolution number 21-2017. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 21-2017, amending the bylaws of the Economic Development Commission of the City of Forest Park, Ohio.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of resolution number 21-2017.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 21-2017. Is there a discussion? Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, this is the companion piece to the ordinance adopted earlier this evening, amending the enabling ordinance of the Economic Development Commission. This would actually adopt the proposed revisions to our bylaws of the Economic Development Commission, and I would urge adoption of this resolution.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on Resolution 21-2017?
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Resolution 21-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is item F. Would the clerk please read resolution number, this is resolution 22-2017. Would the clerk please read this resolution by title only?
Resolution number 22-2017, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Game Time CO David Williams and Associates as the designated vendor for the purchase of city playground and fitness equipment through U.S. Communities bidding process through a single source supplier.
Is there a motion? Councilwoman Moore.
Yes, I move to adopt resolution number 22, 2017.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we adopt resolution 22-2017. Is there a discussion? Councilwoman Moore.
Yes, the city has been in process of updating their playground equipment in the parks for the last couple of years. And we have received and reviewed a quote to purchase a new equipment at Central Park with fitness equipment in an amount of $58,097.89. And this is a scheduled playground replacement and was included in the 2017 approved budget.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on resolution 22-2017?
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Resolution 22-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is item G, resolution number 23-2017. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 23-2017, a resolution requesting the Hamilton County Auditor to place special assessments against various properties by the City of Forest Park Community Development Department.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes. I would urge adoption of resolution number 23-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 23-2017. Is there a discussion? Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, this is part of our annual fiscal responsibility where council must certify that certain payment amounts are owed to the city for restoring delinquent properties to a state of compliance. The county auditor should include the collection of these amounts with the collection of the property tax bill. In this case, these are fines for unpaid bills related to code violations, which include but aren't limited to grass cutting and trash pickup. Generally, the city has had to step in and cut tall grasses and weeds, remove rubbish that a property owner is normally responsible for. Perhaps the property's in foreclosure is just being neglected. But when the property owner does not pay the resulting bill in a timely manner, a lien is properly placed against the property in order to recover for the general taxpayers the amount owed by the individual property owner. So I would urge adoption of this resolution.
Any further discussion on 23-2017? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on 23-2017?
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Resolution 23-2017 passes 5-0. Next item is item H, resolution number 24-2017. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 24-2017, a resolution requesting the Hamilton County Auditor to place liens against various properties by the City of Forest Park Stormwater Management Utility.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Moore?
Yes, I move to adopt resolution number 24-2017.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution number 24-2017. Is there a discussion, Councilwoman Moore?
Yes, for all practical purposes, this is basically the same purpose and process for the stormwater utility area as discussed above in the community development liens. When the stormwater utilities bill goes unpaid, it is assessed against the property and collected as part of the property tax. It is basically to help make sure that each property ultimately pays their fair share for building and maintenance for the stormwater system in the city.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk then please please call the roll on Resolution 24-2017?
Moore,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Resolution 24-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is item I, Resolution number 25-2017. Would the clerk please read this resolution in full?
Resolution number 25-2017, a resolution suspending enforcement of certain sections of Chapter 110 Business Regulations concerning peddlers, solicitors, and canvassers, directing the city manager to research and propose replacement regulations and scheduling a hearing for public input. Whereas Chapter 110 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Forest Park includes regulations that apply to peddlers, canvassers, and solicitors, and whereas these regulations were established by Ordinance 13-1962 and amended by Ordinance 05-2004, and whereas since the passage of these ordinances, constitutional perimeters for such laws have been further defined and clarified by court decision, and whereas the council intends to fully examine these regulations as they affect the public health, safety, peace, and general welfare, now therefore be it resolved by the council of the city of Forest Park, Ohio. Section 1, that council does hereby direct the city manager to suspend enforcement of section 110.60 through 110.74 of the codified ordinances, such suspension to remain in effect unless lifted by ordinance. Section 2, that the council directs the city manager to gather information from all applicable sources and recommend a course of action that may include but is not limited to amendments to section 110.60 through 110.74 of the codified ordinances, in part or in full. Section 3, that the council directs the clerk of council, directs the clerk to schedule a hearing to be held approximately 30 days after the effective date of this resolution for the public to provide input regarding the regulation of peddlers, solicitors, and canvassers in the city of Forest Park. Such hearing to be advertised according to established procedures. Section 4, this resolution shall be in full force and take effect upon its passage.
Is there a motion? Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, I would move adoption of resolution number 25-2017.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 25-2017. Is there a discussion?
I believe that the reading in full explained this adequately. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on Resolution 25-2017?
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore.
Resolution 25-2017 passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda is a motion. Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, I would move to receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to receive the general fund summary report, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Is there any further business to come before the body? Any further business to come before the body? Hearing none,